Welcome to Elevate Your Inner Compass. I am so excited. This is my favorite day of the week. I love going live with you guys. I love goal setting, and we are going to jump right into it. I've just notified all of the people that were here. So let's get started. We are going to jump right in to elevating your inner compass. Fun fact, if you are wanting just more one-on-one support, I don't really share this a lot, but I actually have a free 30-minute call that you can schedule, and I can put that in the description below. And during that call, we basically go over your goals and your desires and your visions for your life and how I can help you with your goals. And if you're like, I'm too nervous to meet with you one-on-one, my monthly membership is available, and that is in a group setting. We do group goal working today. Actually, in the membership, we are doing what's called a co-working hour. And during co-working hour, everyone brings their work or their tasks or whatever they're working on. We all work on it as a group. And then we do EFT tapping to release any blocks, procrastination, or fear that is getting in the way of you being successful with your work during that. So that's just a little more information about me. Today's agenda, we are going to go over this week's topic, which is all about making daily habits to make those change. We're going to do some Q&A. We'll do some goals for the next 7 days. We'll talk about what's worked, what didn't work, and we'll make a plan to modify, and we're going to do some EFT tapping and wrap up with a guided meditation. So if you are tuning in live, definitely let me know where you're tuning in from, or if you're watching the replay. I love it when people have been writing in the comments section like hashtag replay team, which has been so much fun. So definitely let me know where you're tuning in from. So this week's topic, we are going to be talking about the daily habits that we can do to make change. When we are focusing on making a change, awesome. Welcome. We've got a return viewer, DeMarco from South Carolina. Thank you so much for being here. I'm grateful for your support. When we want to make change in our life, let's say, for example, we want to save more money, we want to exercise more, we want to drink more water, we tend to think it has to be this really big, scary experience. But in reality, it's the small steps that we do every single day that promote change and inspire change for tomorrow. Hi, I'm sorry I'm late. Did I already miss the EMDR session? We just got started. We may be like 3 minutes in. We have not started the tapping yet. So you are in good luck. Thanks for being here. So we're just talking about how we can make habits to make change. So what happens is when we want to make a goal, we think big picture and we think, all right, I need to create all of this energy to make change for tomorrow, or I need to revamp my entire life in order to have change. But it's not those big changes that actually impact us. It's the small decisions that we make every single day. And I don't know if I told you guys this last week, but I launched a podcast. It's called the Inner Compass Podcast. Currently, you can only listen to it on Spotify, and the trailer is up on YouTube. But in that podcast, I was talking about instead of trying to change your day-to-day habits, your reality, start choosing the reality that you want. So I want you to focus on your goal that you have identified either for this month or this year. Now, what you're going to ask yourself is, what daily habits do I need to do that are going to help me get that goal? Will it be on Apple Podcast ever? Yes. So currently I am in the waiting phase of it's all uploaded on Apple Podcasts, but Apple Podcasts does a really interesting screening process. So it takes up to 2 weeks to get screened and verified on Apple Podcasts. So everything has been submitted, and I'm just kind of waiting for Apple to say you are in the clear and we can put it on those that platform. So we're just kind of waiting for that. So I want you to focus on the goal that you've identified. And now I want you to ask yourself, what would be 3 daily habits that you could choose that would get you one step closer to that goal? So if your goal is to lose weight, what are 3 things that you could do? I can't wait to have it on Apple Podcasts, but keep sending the links to listen. Yes, I know I am an Apple podcaster myself. And so I keep every day Googling my name. And I've been on a couple of other podcasts. So every time I Google my name, it just shows me the old podcast. It doesn't actually show me the one that I have created. So focus on your goal. And what are the 3 daily habits that someone who already has that identity or that goal you want? So let's say, for example, you're on social media and there's this person who has the life you want. They've got the dream car, the dream house, they've got the ideal job, they've got the supportive partner, they've got everything that you desire. Now ask yourself, what are 3 things that that person probably did every single day to get to that life? Because we all start at 0. We all have to start creating habits. So if that person has the life you want, keep asking yourself, what are those 3 habits? So I'm just going to put some music on so you can journal. What are 3 habits you need to do every single day that are going to get you one step closer to achieving your goal? So take some time to journal. And if you have any questions, put those in the chat and I can help brainstorm with you some ideas of 3 daily habits. All right, now share in the chat what your 3 daily tasks that you believe that person does or continues to do, or 3 habits that you believe you need to do in order to have that identity or have that goal become true. So for me, the identity that I have embodied is I want someone who is healthy, happy, and successful. So the 3 habits that I do are moving my body every single day. That's going to help me be healthy. I also meditate every day. That's going to help me be happy. Because when I meditate, I get to focus on what's really important and I can release that stress and release all the things that don't serve me. And the successful one is doing things that promote my business, such as this YouTube live and posting on Instagram and on TikTok and creating content for people to consume. Brock says, I've decided to start cutting down on drinking on the weekends to save more money so I can use that money for a personal trainer. This is incredible. I love this goal because now you've got a greater purpose. You've got a greater identity of saying, hey, every time I don't buy that $10 drink, I can add that to the fund without having to create new money. The Mandarino Adventure says, for sure, use my planner to start to strategize, better to execute the plans or goals. Yes, definitely. I try to walk around the ice rink when my kids are playing to exercise and to listen to my favorite podcast. Yes, that is a great one. You're already going to show up. You're already going to support. Why not get some movement in or do some personal development by listening to your favorite podcast? So what I like to call it is the 3 needle movers every single day. And what I mean by needle mover is it's going to move that needle one step closer to your goal or that identity that you want. So often we think it's these big leaps that are going to take us to the journey, when in reality, it's the things that we do every single day. 30 days is going to go by so fast. And at the end of the month, you will have created a new habit that's going to keep you in alignment, right? When we want our inner compass to point north, we are doing things that are in alignment with our goals and our values. So that is our inspiration of the week, is to keep focusing on the identity of the person you want to become and do those 3 things every single day. non-negotiables. So again, identify who you want to become and then ask yourself, what are 3 things I could do every single day to get closer to that? And it's going to be exciting because how we create that motivation is we want that version of ourselves. We want to be that happy, healthy, successful version. And we get to use that for motivation. So, for example, last night, I did not want to go to the gym. I was like, I don't want to work out. I'm so exhausted. It's only Monday and I'm already tired. What's happening? So, then what I decided, I said, no, I want to be a healthy person. And a healthy person goes to the gym even when they don't want to. So, I closed my eyes and I asked myself, how am I going to feel 15 minutes after I've left the gym? And my immediate thought was, I'm going to feel amazing. I'm going to feel like that high. I'm going to feel accomplished. I'm going to be able to check that off my list. And I was able to use those feelings to motivate me to get dressed and head to the gym. So that can be a little inspiration for you as well. Ask me anything last week. This was so incredible. And you guys know who you are, who asked some amazing, incredible questions. So it's up for you. I'm going to put some music on. Send your questions in the chat, the comment section, and we will dive right in on mental health, mindset, motivation. Welcome, Stacy. You are not too late. We just jumped in to the Ask Me Anything. Ask me any questions related to mental health, mindset, and motivation. Have you started tapping yet? Nope, we have not started tapping. So if you have any requests for tapping topics today, definitely let me know so I can make sure we talk about that. So put in your questions, ask me anything, and I'll play some music. All right, we're already getting some questions in, and you know that gets me so excited. Okay, so the first one is I want to avoid falling asleep while meditating. Help. Okay, so the best thing to do if you are meditating and you tend to fall asleep a lot is get into a position that's comfortable, but not comfortable enough to fall asleep. So, for example, like sitting up against the wall, you're probably not going to fall asleep like that. So you can do that. Also, you can kind of sit in a position that maybe crisscross applesauce or like have your legs up in a position that you could not fall asleep. Another thing you can do is shorten the meditation. So if you're falling asleep after a 10-minute meditation, try doing a 5-minute meditation just to get your brain in the habit of we're not trying to fall asleep. We're trying to use this to clear our mind. Great question. What got you into tapping? So there's this amazing girl named Haley Hoffman Smith, and she does EFT tapping. And for my license, I'm a licensed therapist. I needed to do continuing education. And she was talking about tapping, on how tapping changed her life. And she went from just confused and lost to identity of what she wants to do and what she wants to do in her life. And she released all this fear through EFT tapping. So I started working with her and I was like, I want to be able to provide this tool for other people as well. So I got trained and certified in EFT tapping, and it has been such a game changer for myself, has been a game changer for my clients. It's very interesting because we're tapping on our face, and most people are not going to lie and say, oh, I'm feeling better when they're not, because if they aren't feeling better, they're not going to lie about tapping on their face. And so I can really help people through tapping. And most people that I've tapped with have received benefits. They feel that instant shift. And what happens, the difference between talk therapy and tapping is talk therapy can really get us in this loop of negative talking, while the tapping helps the brain rewire and make new connections. So we can now start seeing the glass as half full versus half empty. Okay, why do you call your EFT tapping not EMDR tapping? So I am trained in both EFT tapping and EMDR tapping. So this one, like this, the butterfly tapping, is more EMDR, and the one on the meridian points is EFT. So I do a combination of both. Most people who are certified in just EFT tapping are not trained in EMDR. You can only be trained in EMDR tapping if you have a master's level in counseling or social work or psychology, while EFT, anyone can get certified in that. How long have you been doing tapping and how has it helped your life? Great question, Stacey. So I started EFT tapping in July of 2021, I believe. Yeah, so almost 2 years. I guess this summer will be 2 years. And my anxiety, I would say, is 99% gone. And I used to have a lot of family anxiety. So I would show up to family functions and I would feel really anxious and that someone was going to say something or just someone was going to trigger me and just a lot of anxiety. And the biggest shift I noticed was 2 Christmases ago. I was going to my parents' house for Christmas and my sister did her normal shenanigans that really trigger me and really send me in an anxiety, anxious spiral. And we were driving home after the Christmas dinner at my family. And my husband looks at me and he says, "Are we not going to talk about it?" And I was like, "Talk about what?" And he was like, "Everything your sister did." And I was like, "Oh my goodness, I wasn't triggered in a way that used to trigger me. I didn't have any anxiety. I wasn't stressed out. I didn't even notice that she was doing her normal stressful shenanigans." And at that point, I was so hooked on, wow, this is actually creating change in my life because it's not just the vanity things of I want to be happier. It was actually creating change where I could go into social settings and not feel anxious and not feel triggered by my family members, and they didn't change. They didn't do anything different. It's just I was now healed in a way that didn't feel triggered. So that's kind of how I got started. I was recommended to start tapping. Amazing. EFT tapping is going to change your life, and we're going to tap in a little bit. So stay tuned. Do you have a go-to topic when tapping? You don't have anything specific you're trying to work on? Yeah. So if I'm not like really focused on getting into the zone of maybe I want to create confidence or motivation, what I will do is I will just play my favorite song and I'll just tap with my song. I won't say anything and I'll just play my favorite song and I'll just tap. I just listen to the words and I'll just tap on the 4 points and I just keep repeating. And then I feel really high vibe. I also have a mini trampoline and sometimes I'll go on my mini trampoline and bounce and tap and bounce at the same time, which is kind of fun. If you're new to tapping, have fun with it. It doesn't always have to be healing traumas or fears or anxieties, even though those are amazing qualities. We can do what's also called positive tapping, where we're tapping on all the good things. So you could literally start going through your gratitude list and say, "I'm so grateful that I get to do this YouTube live. I'm so grateful that people are showing up to my YouTube live and they're engaging and they're talking. I'm so grateful that I get to wear this cozy Sherpa jacket. And I'm so grateful that my coffee was extra tasty this morning." And you can just go through those points and tap. Oh my goodness, I need that superpower to get rid of my family anxiety. Family anxiety is something that no one talks about, especially if you have a family that still hangs out. I know a lot of people, what they do is they cut their family off. I didn't want to cut my family off. I wanted to work through my own anxieties so that way I wasn't triggered. Same. Yes, definitely. Do you always have to physically tap or can you just say the words? I actually have a video, I think it's a YouTube short on my YouTube where, let's say, for example, you have an inability to use your hands. Let's say you don't even have hands. You can visualize a little bouncy ball on the points and you don't actually have to tap and you're going to get those same benefits. So let's say, for example, you're unable to use your hands, you're unable to use your arms. You can visualize a bunny or a frog or a little Tigger just jumping on the meridian points. And I do EFT tapping a little bit different. So if you've ever done a Brad Yates video, he does all the points. So it's top of the head, eyebrow, side of the eye, under your nose, under your lip, collarbone, and then right here. But I do what's called faster EFT. So we just focus on 4 points and we spend a little bit longer on each point, and it helps clear stuff a lot faster. Did you get your family to tap and process, or is this just a thing you did and it got better? I've tried so many things to get my family to tap, and they say that's your thing. We support it. We're not going to tap. But the beautiful thing, and I think it's I'm not sure which article, but it talks about when we change our own energy, people will interact with us differently because we're showing up differently emotionally and energetically. Therefore, people will show up differently in that regard. And a really crazy thing started to happen. I have a lot of like sibling trauma. So, wounds with my siblings. My parents kind of raised us to be very competitive and not be a team, but work against each other. And so as adults, we all have become very competitive. And my sister has, ever since I've been doing this healing work, my sister has been like texting me saying, like, how are you doing? And I'm like, is this a trap? Is this a scam? She has never done that in my entire existence. And the only thing that's different is I'm showing up different and I'm showing up with more boundaries because I'm not feeling the need to people please constantly. And I'm not feeling the need to always give more than I'm receiving. And EFT tapping has allowed me to create that space. Any other questions? These were incredible questions. You guys are on fire today. Fire. So we're going to take some time and I want you to write down your goals for the next 7 days. So it's the new quarter. It's a new month. We've got so much new energy. It's spring. We've got new things happening. So this might be a time for you to start a new goal, create a new goal. So write down your goals for the next 7 days. I'm going to share all the prompts and then I'm going to put some music on so we can journal about it. Ask yourself, okay, what worked the last 7 days? Was I able to stay in alignment with my goals? Did I master my goals or did I kind of fall off the wagon? What didn't work? So, what didn't help me in the last 7 days? And what do I need to add, modify, or take away? And then creating a plan. So, I'm going to put some music on and I'm going to answer these questions in the chat while you guys are journaling about your goals for the next 7 days. Your family ever challenge or test you now that you've processed your own emotions towards them or they have accepted where you are? They still try to push. They still try to challenge me, but the difference is I'm no longer trying to people please and make them happy. I'm able to say no. I'm able to say no, thank you. For example, my husband has a lot of allergies, and for Easter, they're not making any food that he can eat. So we said, we're not going to go. We're not going to go to Easter if you're not going to accommodate my husband's allergies. We'll come up for dessert. And there was no questions asked. So once you identify your own boundaries, you can really create that space to help nurture your boundaries. How often do you set your goals? I set my goals every 90 days and I focus on 3 main goals that I can do over the course of 3 months. And then I do what's called the 3 needle movers. So I do 3 steps that I can do every day to kind of help get closer. I don't even know where to get started with my goals. All right, focus on one goal. Maybe it's to drink more water. Maybe it's to stretch every day. Maybe it's to do more research on EFT tapping. Start small and we can snowball. How big do the goals need to be? They need to be just achieved in 7 days. So we're not looking, 12-month goals or even 30 days. Just when you come back next week to the YouTube Live, what do you want to share that you were able to achieve? I think some goals that we've had in the past that some people, if you want to share in the chat what you've done in the past, is we've had people who decided that they want to meal prep instead of buying takeout, or they want to move their body every single day. My goal for the next week is to listen to a podcast that has substance rather than just a podcast about movies. What an incredible switch. You're already listening to the podcast, therefore you already have time to listen, and you can switch it to have it be more like personal development versus one about entertainment. I think I'll plan to meditate once a day for 5 minutes. This is an incredible goal. Those 5 minutes are going to help create those building blocks. And now what we can do is create a plan to overcome any challenges. So let's say, for example, we've identified our goals. What do you think might get in the way for you being successful with those goals? Would you say, man, I'm too tired. I don't want to meditate. Or I really want to listen to my movie podcast versus personal development. Or, man, I'm really craving coffee instead of water. Or I'm really craving soda with dinner instead of water. Like, ask yourself what could be those barriers that might block you from being successful. My goal is to not get wound up during the Grizzlies game when the playoffs start next week. I also continue to cut down the drinking, like I said earlier, so I can get a personal trainer. You could do some tapping before the game. You can say, whatever the outcome, I'm going to have fun. I'm going to enjoy the game. I'm going to release any anxiety so I can cheer and root and be present. It's safe for me to enjoy this experience and not get wound up. Whatever the outcome, I'm going to have fun along the way. So you could do a series like that before the game starts. That could be easy. All right, we're ready to tap. Anyone else want to share their goals before we start tapping? We're going to do 3 rounds of tapping. So we've got top of the eyebrow, side of the eye, under your eye, and collarbone. You're just going to repeat after me. You're going to just basically mirror me. I wish it was that easy. We get to decide every day. We get to decide how fun and easy it gets. With practice makes perfect. All right, we are ready. Okay. Let's see here. All right, I think we should release. Let's release some overwhelmed feelings so that way we can make room for feeling empowered. Wait till you have kids and they play sports. Yeah, I bet it's very easy to get losses hurt that much worse. Definitely. All right, so let's all take a deep breath. Release and let it go. So you're going to repeat after me and let's start tapping. Dear body, please release and clear all stress, fatigue, and overwhelming feelings. Side of the eye. Please help me to let go of the heavy burdens I carry and allow me to see a lighter, more balanced side of life. Under your eye. Help me to turn chaos into order, uncertainty into self-belief, and confusion into clarity. Collarbone. Allow me to find balance in my life so that I can embrace and enjoy every step of life's journey. Take a deep breath and squeeze your wrist. This is just going to allow you to release. Now scan your body. Notice what you're feeling. Now we're going to do some deep breathing with EMDR tapping. So all you need to do, I'm going to move my mic a little bit, is you're going to cross your hands like this, and you're just going to tap like a butterfly. So now focus on taking deep inhales, like deep breaths. You're going to hold it at the top and exhale. So we're going to do what's called triangle breathing, where you inhale for 4, hold it for 4, and then exhale for 4. So everyone take a normal breath. Beautiful. Okay, so now inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Take a normal breath. We'll do one more round of the EMDR butterfly tapping. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Take a normal breath and release. So the butterfly is EMDR, not EFT. Correct. So EMDR stands for eye movement reprocessing desensitization, and EMDR basically stimulates both parts of the brain at the same time. When we go like this, we're able to stimulate both parts of our brain at the same time. So it allows our body to process anything without having to say anything. And when we focus on breathing, it allows the body to process the emotions without us even having to talk or name it. It's so incredible that the body can just release all of it on its own. All right, let's tap on some confidence. How does that sound? All right, let's take a deep breath. Chin up and start tapping and repeat after me. I'm ready to awaken my inner strength, confidence, and self-worth. Side of the eye. Help me to open my heart to love, joy, and enthusiasm for life. Under your eye. Fill me with your light, wisdom, and faith. Collarbone. Strengthen my belief in myself and support in making my dreams a reality. Thank you, body, for giving me confidence. Take a deep breath and squeeze your wrist. Now let's just shake off any feelings that's not in alignment with confidence. And let's do our final round of encouragement. Let's encourage us to achieve our goals. So start tapping and repeat after me. Dear body, I'm ready to raise the opinion of myself, my life force energy, and my spirit. Side of the eye. Pour your healing light into every part of me that feels lost, broken, weak, and dispirited. Under your eye. Surround me with encouragement, praise, inner knowing, and harmony. Collarbone. Bring me into a healthy relationship with myself so I can truly know my heart and my desires. Thank you, body, for encouraging me. Take a deep breath and squeeze your wrist. Now close your eyes and just scan what you're noticing. Do you notice a shift? Do you feel lighter? Do you feel heavier? Do you feel open, closed? There's no right or wrong answer. But let me know in the comment section, how are you feeling? How are you experiencing? We just did 3 rounds of tapping and a round of EMDR breath work. So just kind of tune in to see how you're feeling. Yeah, so I write down my scripts before I start tapping so that way I can have the zone. So I get them from a book and then I write them down from a script. Positive affirmations always make me feel optimistic. Amazing. So if you know that positive affirmations really work with you, that would be an easy one that you can do on your own. Gretchen feels calmer, heart rate feels lower. Amazing. Tapping is incredible. All right, we're going to do some guided meditation. So what I want you to do is start focusing on taking deep inhales and deep exhales. Focusing on gently breathing in positive energy and exhaling anything that doesn't serve you. Any emotions or feelings. Focusing on every inhale. And now I want you to float your mind to next Tuesday. You're tuning in to the YouTube Live and you're sharing with everyone in the group you achieved your goals and how you were successful with your goals. I want you to focus on that feeling of accomplishment and pride. Over the last 7 days, you did everything you needed to do to be in alignment with your goals, and you achieved them. So focus on breathing, and I want you to put your hand on your heart and just say to yourself, I did it. I achieved my goals with success, and I'm really happy. And now I want you to do is I want you to allow this feeling to spread throughout your body. Allow it to feel really good because you achieved and accomplished your goals. You were successful and you stuck to your plan of your 3 daily habits to stay in alignment. And if any negative thoughts surface that say this didn't happen or that's not possible, gently take a deep breath and say the word release. Release. Anytime a thought that comes to your mind that is not healthy or helpful, take a deep breath and say the word release. All day, every day, you get to decide your thoughts and your feelings and your actions because you are in charge and you are in alignment with your future. So gently focus on your breath again and focus on you being successful with the goals that you've set for the next 7 days of drinking less, meditating, exercising, listening to a podcast, moving your body, and so much more. It gets to be fun and easy, and you are in charge of making those goals a reality. Take 3 deep breaths and come back to the YouTube Live and share in the comments how you're feeling. Any chance you can share where your jacket's from? It's actually from Buff Bunny. She used to be an Alaskan. Now she lives down in the States, but the brand is called Buff Bunny, and it was their winter collection. It's sure fun. It's so cozy. I'm ready for a productive week. Yes, you can do it. And I'm so excited for you guys to come back next week. I am too. Yes, Stacy. I'm so excited for you guys to come back next week and share everything that went so well for you. Thank you so much for tuning in to this YouTube Live of Elevating Your Inner Compass. We did so much today. We talked about habits, we did some EFT tapping, we did some goal setting, and a guided meditation. You took time to nurture your inner compass. And when you took time to nurture your inner compass is going to nurture you. Down in the States. Yeah, she lives in Texas now. No longer an Alaskan. Down in the lower 48. Thanks always, Mrs. Alyssa. Can't wait to listen to the podcast. Yes, I will definitely let you know when it is on Apple Podcasts so we can all tune in and have a little podcast party. But the trailer is already on the YouTube, so you can check out my YouTube channel. I will listen to your podcast. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone. Have an amazing week, and I cannot wait to see you guys next Tuesday. Lower 48. Yes, that's what I call you guys. Anytime I'm traveling down to the States, I'm heading down to the lower 48. Bye, everyone. Peace out.